mid-20s. That she was able to look at a crime scene and see things other people didn't see. What was there, what was missing, what shouldn't be there. Over the winter, she'd solved a 4-year-old cold case, earning regional attention and the contempt of the local sheriff's department.
"So, how are we doing, sir?"
Other than the fact that our church has become a murder scene, I can't complain. She showed a hint of smile, opening a manila folder on his desk. She was attractive, in a wholesome way, with attentive light brown eyes that seemed to Luke slightly too large for her face.
"I heard your sermon a few weeks ago. It was inspiring."
"Thanks," he said.
"I confess I don't go to church all that often. I'm a devout secularist, but I had family visiting."
"Ah." Amy Hunter made eye contact quickly. Luke sensed she wasn't comfortable with small talk. "Which sermon was it?"
"The crab chowder one?"
"Oh, yes. Matthew 5:13, salt of the earth. Well," he said, "we'd love to have you again sometime." Her eyes were back on the papers in her folder.
"I have the transcript of your statement from yesterday," she said, "with Deputy Stillfork. I just have a couple of follow-ups."
"Sure."
"You said you checked the church doors and they were all locked at 8 o'clock on Monday night. Is that correct? 5 doors?"
"That's correct. 2 to the church, 2 to the offices, 1 to the parlor, though they all used the same key."
"And how many people have keys other than yourself?" A question the deputy had missed.
"Well, let's see. At least 5, he said, and counted again. Or 6. The assistant pastor, financial secretary, office manager, director of music, youth director, and the sexton." A single line creased her forehead. "A custodian, Martha Cummings. We call her the sexton." He waited as she jotted their names, her head tilted intently. "I might add," he said, "that this is an old building, and I don't think anyone has a clue the last time the locks were changed, so there may be a few other keys floating around."
"They wouldn't have been turned in?"
"Not necessarily. We don't keep any gold bars or ancient relics here. It's a place of worship. It's possible someone made copies that were never collected."
She glanced back at her notes. "How about windows?"
Also something Stillfork hadn't asked. "No. Martha said she checked them when she cleaned on Monday afternoon," he said, although knowing Martha, he suspected she hadn't actually done so.
"She was here until what time?"
"She would have been finished by 5.
"But there was a meeting in the parlor after 5, wasn't there? An AA meeting?"
"That's correct, at 6. Hunter's gaze held, as if she expected him to say more.
"Not everyone likes the idea of AA meetings at the church, I understand. Which is something you initiated?"
"Yes, NA meetings even less."
"And how do you feel about that?"
"Feel about it?" He saw that her steady eyes were waiting, alert like the cold morning. "I try not to. I was brought here to broaden the ministry, which we're doing, but I'm also respectful of tradition. I think we've struck a pretty good balance." Hunter shuffled a sheet of paper to the top of the pile.
"Agnes Collins supplied a list of church members yesterday. 227 names. Is this a complete list?"
"Probably not," Luke said. "I mean, it's everyone who wants to be on it, I suppose."
"Some don't."
"No, some people aren't joiners." He shrugged. "I guess they don't want to be part of any club that would have someone like them for a member."
"Right."
Hunter showed her version of a smile again, 2 tiny brackets on either side of her mouth.
"How about Robbie Fallow?"
"Ah, Robbie Fallow." Her eyebrows lifted curiously. "The sheriff asked me about that too," Luke explained. "He wanted to know if I'd had any dealings with Robbie lately."
"Have you?"
"Dealings? No, not that I know of."
"Any reason to think he might have had anything to do with what happened?"
"No." She nodded, wrote 2 words in the margin, and underlined them. Luke squinted, trying to read what they were, but couldn't. The sheriff didn't like Fallow, and was probably going to try to push the case in that direction.
"Now, you came in the church yesterday through the office entrance back here and walked down the connecting hallway to the front of the sanctuary, as I understand it, entering through the choir door."
"Correct."
"And you found the woman at approximately 7:40